Hi, good morning. I had to start my own camera this morning because my producer has had to drive. Hi, Edie. My producer had to get out of his pajamas early this morning and drive my kid somewhere. So I was on my own. I had to get everything started, my lights, my camera, my timer. Oh my gosh, hello. So welcome to my mat. And my dog, if you're new to this, my dog just stays for a moment, although today I don't have a producer luring him away with the chew stick, so there's that. Hey Steve, so did you see me jump in front of the camera? I know, here he is. He almost went in the car, but then he decided not. So, welcome to my living room. If you're new to this, today we're doing Barre-ish Bootcamp. And you only need enough space from where you stand to where you can sort of move your body around, step out to the side, back and front. If you have a mat, that is an added bonus. That way you can sort of keep your place. I am working barefoot. You are welcome to wear shoes. Hi Guy, you're welcome to wear shoes if you prefer. I am also using, the only piece of equipment I'm using today is a body bar, which is just a weighted bar. If you don't have one, don't worry about it. You could use, if you want to use your bar mostly for balance, then you can use like a broomstick. I know he's going crazy. I think there's something outside. If you want to use dumbbells, you could do that. If you don't have that stuff, don't worry about it. But if you're in lieu of dumbbells, you could fill water bottles with sand or rice. Rice is probably more likely for you to have around. So there's that option. Also, you can use nothing, who cares? Thank you to everybody who's been able to drop a donation into my Venmo or PayPal. It's not necessary, but I do appreciate it if you can. And if you haven't yet gone to my YouTube channel, please subscribe to that. Eventually, down the road, I would love to switch over to YouTube. I think it's a better playback platform for you guys if you want to do it after it's live. My link to my YouTube channel is in my Instagram bio. My daughter made a lovely sign for me, Deb Craver Fitness. You could also just search that in YouTube. All right, so the breakdown of this class we're doing today is a warm-up. Hi, Cass. We're doing a warm-up with a lot of upper body stabilization built right into it. You can always put your knees down. There's always an easier way. Then we're gonna move into a segment with the bar. I teach everything in levels, so you can always just do the first level, especially if you're working on an injury. Then I'll get rid of the bar or the dumbbells if that's what you're using, and we'll do a cardio section that also has some strength and balance to it. And from there, we'll just do core and stretch. I am gonna use, I can't move, a towel for the, oh my goodness, a towel for the ab section. It's bigger than a hand towel, smaller than a bath towel, but if a bath towel is what you're working with, that will also work. Oh my gosh, he weighs a lot. All right, so I think that's it. There's no after party today because I do have to be in the valley by noon, showered and looking presentable. So there's that. All right, if you've seen a doctor for an injury, please make sure that you're cleared to do this before you embark on this fitness party. And just stick with the first level if you need to. Having said all of that, I think I've covered everything. I'm gonna stand up at the front edge of my space. The dog is gonna roam free till the producer returns to corral him. So 10 toes towards me, shoulders down and back. Just bring your arms up, holding here. You're just like a game of Jenga. Everything's stacked up, feet under your hips, hips underneath your shoulders, shoulders down and back. Then just try to lift your heels up. Try to find your balance here. At any point you can lower your heels, no pressure. Try to find a chair squat right here. Fingertips reaching out to where the wall meets the ceiling in front of you. Breathing all the way in and out. Then lower your heels here. Wiggle your toes, hands on your legs, round your back. 1, 2, release. Let's do it again. So you'll round up for 2. Release, again, same thing. Round up for 2. Release, let's go twice more. So round up, release. This time, come all the way up. Arms up to a V. Squat and find your fingertips reaching to where the wall meets the floor behind you. Toes can wiggle here. Let's take 2 counts to come up. So 1, 2, and sink down. Again, reach up for 2. Single counts here. So up, squat, reach, squat 2 more, and then both arms come up together. Forward fold, either grab your elbows or let your hands fall to the floor. Either way, your toes can wiggle here. And straighten your left leg, bend your right knee. I'm gonna take my hands to the floor. You don't have to. I do have some very short legs. You're sitting into your right hip. Then change sides, straighten your right leg. I'm sorry, did I call this my right hip? I meant my left hip. Straighten your right hip, bend your left knee. Sitting into your right hip on this side. Bend both knees, let your head hang, your tailbone lifts. Unroll, and at the top, both arms come up, forward fold, tailbone lifts, unroll, 3, 2, let's do it again, both arms come up, forward fold, tailbone lifts, unroll, 3, 2, take your right arm, reach up and over, bend both knees, fold, cheese, left arm to the right, let's try that again, over to your left, fold, right arm comes up, and then both arms come up. This time, forward fold. Either grab your elbows or let your hands fall to the floor. Left elbow reaches up to the ceiling and back down. Maybe your whole arm comes up. Either way, single count. So reach or elbow. So here or here. One more. Now right side, slow motion. Elbow lifts up and back down. Now maybe your whole arm extends up. Single counts here. So reach and lower. Reach, 2 more. And then hold your forward fold. Your tailbone lifts up. Slowly unroll at the top. Shoulders down and back. Both arms come up. Inhale, reach up. Forward fold. Bend both knees so that your hands can get to the floor. Step your feet back to a downward facing dog. Your heels press to the floor. Your tailbone lifts up to where the wall meets the ceiling behind you. Palms pressing into the floor. Then lower your hips to plank. Hands underneath your shoulders. Anytime we come to plank, feel free to put your knees on the floor. Tailbone lifts up to down dog for 2 and back to plank again. Tailbone lifts for 2 and lower. Same thing, lift up for 2 and lower. Once more. This time, hold any plank. So if you're on your knees, your next progression is to lift your knees up. If you're already here, you have an option to rock forward and back. I'm gonna throw in a couple extra minutes of upper body today because there's no after party for dumbbells. And I want you to get your arm workout. Once more, hold any plank. Lift your tailbone up to a down dog here. Stay right here. Then lift both heels up together and lower. Lift and lower. 4 more just like that. So lift and lower. Last 2. And hold your down dog. Shift your weight over to your right hand and foot. And take your left leg up until you feel the stretch behind your right leg. You can stay right here or bend your left knee and open your left hip. Pressing your right heel into the floor. If you took the bend and rotation, straighten back out to a down dog split. You can stay right here or lower your hips and bring your left knee to your left elbow. If you came down here, come right back up. So you can stay here or come with me slightly faster, lower your hips for 2, back up. Again, lower 1, 2, let's go one more time like that, and lower for 2, hold your down dog. Both feet to the floor, down dog in the center, then shift your weight over to your left hand and foot, and take your right leg up until you feel your stretch behind your left leg. You can stay right here, or bend your right knee, and open your right hip. If you took the bend and rotation, straighten back out to your down dog split where you can stay or you can lower your hips. Bring your right elbow, what is this, knee to your right elbow. If you came down here, come right back up. You can stay here or come with me. Lower, 1, 2, and up. Again, lower. For 2, and up. One more, lower. For 2, hold your down dog, split here. Both feet to the floor. Down dog in the center. Then lower your hips to plank. If your knees are still up, actually leave them up. Either way, try to bring your right foot up next to your right hand. So now maybe your back heel's on the floor, maybe not. Maybe you touch your knee, as long as you can wiggle these toes. Maybe you reach your fingertips up to the ceiling. Both hands back to the floor, engage your core. Step back and find any plank, knees or not. Try it on your left. Back knee can be down or up. Make sure you can wiggle your left toes. Maybe your hands on your knee. Maybe you reach up to the ceiling. Either way, both hands to the floor. Step back to plank. That's our pattern. Let's make it flow. Right leg comes up and reach or touch your knee to plank. Step, reach or touch your knee. You can go at your own pace. This pace is not mandatory. In fact, this class is not mandatory, but it is good for you. Once more, then hold any plank right here. If your knees are still up now, put them down. Release your feet, hips to your heels, child's pose. Pressing your chest through your shoulders. From here, let's round up. Find your modified plank. Shoulders out of your ears. So if you're here, push your hands down to the floor. Maybe you bend your elbows a little bit, maybe a little more, maybe further. Either way, straighten your elbows, hips to your heels. That's our pattern. We're gonna make it flow together. Round up to modified plank. Bend your elbows or not, you don't have to. Straighten your elbows, child's pose, up tempo. So round, hold or bend. You decide. So the further you bend, it's like picking up a heavier dumbbell. So the smaller the bend, the lighter the dumbbell, or I guess I could just say resistance. Round up, hold or bend. Same thing, round up, hold or bend. Throwing in a few extra V's because there's no after party today. You're breathing in and out. We're gonna go twice more. Again, round, hold or bend. This time, come all the way down. Hands stay at the side of your chest. Right leg lift up and lower. Maybe you press up and rotate back. Press up and rotate back. Once more, and press your chest up. Hips lift, come back to the heels. Child's pose. Round up to find a modified plank again. This time, tuck your toes, push down, find your down dog. Bring your knees back to the floor. Release your feet, hips to your heels. Let's make that flow together here. Round up in 1, 2, push down. For 2, lower your knees, child's pose. Same thing. Round up. For 2, push down. For 2, and lower. Same thing, let's do it again. Round up. For 2, push down. For 2, on this next pass, get to your modified plank and hold. Hold it here. Maybe tuck your toes, lift your knees. Right hand to the middle. Rotate to the side plank. At any point, feel free to put your right knee on the floor. Top arm's gonna reach towards me. And up. Now lace underneath your bottom arm. Single counts towards me and underneath your bottom arm. Again. Twice more for a little extra work. Last time. And underneath, hold your side plank. Come back to the center. Find any plank. Maybe you're on your knees. Left hand to the middle. Rotate to a side plank. Remember your left elbow or wrist underneath your left elbow, underneath your shoulder. All lines up. Reach over towards me. 1, 2, and up. Now lace underneath your bottom arm. Single count here. Towards me, under the arm. Again. Not going to forget to do 4 of these. We have 1 more here. Hold your side plank. Come back to the center. Find any plank. So maybe you're on your knees. Maybe you hold. Maybe you bend your elbows and hover. Hover in any kind of a hover. You're breathing. Then straighten your elbows. Oh. Lift your tailbone up to a down dog. Walk your feet up towards your hands. Forward fold. Lift your tailbone up. Let your head hang. Unroll in 4, 3, 2. Ooh, I'm way past warm. All right, grab a sip of whatever you're drinking. I don't know what that is on a Friday morning. I feel like my tights are falling down today. Let me just grab you either your bar or your dumbbells. Hey you guys, I finally bit the bullet and ordered some new dumbbells that don't clink. Haha, we'll see when they get here. Shoulders down and back. Toes towards me if you're using dumbbells. Just an overhand grip, hanging right here underneath your shoulders. And slow motion squat for 2. Push into the floor, squeeze your glutes at the top. For 2, push down, squeeze your glutes. 1, 2. Again, sink for 2. Single count squat. So sink, squeeze. So the squeeze are in your glutes by pushing down through your feet into the floor. So the floor is your own personal leg press. 1 more, hold it at the top. Lower your elbows here. Press up on diagonal to where the wall meets the ceiling in front of you. Nothing's locked, not your knees or elbows. Bring the bar back down to your chest. We'll take that 1 of each. 1 squat, 1 diagonal press. Same thing, squat, lower the elbows, diagonal press, squat, lower. Last time in this tempo, if you're ready, make it flow. Squat, press, squat, press. Maybe your right knee comes up at the top. Oh no, I forgot to hide the squeaky toys. Sink, press, sink, press. Let's do it again. Press, sink, press. Oh no, once more. Just the squats here. Sink, squeeze. Just when I thought I could handle all the production by myself, thinking, I don't need my producer. Apparently I do. All right, slow motion, left leg diagonally back. 1, 2, push down other way, diagonally back. Single count here. Sink, up, sink. I might have to take that away from him. Sink, press, sink, press. 2 more. Let's double it up 2 times. So sink again, feet wide, other side. Sink, press, down to come up. Sink, press, down to come up. Sink, press. Let's do that again. And sink, press, down, come up. And then back to singles right here. Sink, press, sink. The press is down into the floor. Triple pulse down. 3, 2, 1. Good Lord, now he's hitting me with it again. So 3, 2, 1. I can't get it from him. 2, 3. Let's do it again. 3, 2, 1. I give up. 3, 2. All singles here. Sink. Press down and come up. 1 more. Feet wide, parallel squat. So sink, press. You guys keep going. I'm going to try and get this from him. Sink, press, sink, press, sink, press, sink. All right, So we're here. I feel like a teacher who has an infant, and he's not a puppy. Alrighty. We're gonna throw this where you won't get it. Alright, I'm gonna aim for my dining room table. I'm gonna aim for the top of the piano. There's a trumpet up there that's important. Oh, I missed. Alright, toes out to the corners and sink your hips. So before, it was a squat. Now it's a hip sink with your knees going out over your toes. So it doesn't have to be really turned out, it can be slightly turned out. As long as your chest stays lifted, sink, press, sink. Hold it down, little pulses right here. I'm gonna use the tactic that you use with toddlers, and I'm gonna ignore him. Hold it here, both heels lift, extend, and lower, sink, press, up tempo from here. Yes, this doggy daycare is a struggle. Sink, press, up, sink. Let's do it again. So sink, press, up, sink. 2 more. Last one. Now just the hip sink twice. Once more. Both heels lift up, push down, and lower. Now one of each. Sink your hips, both heels lift. Do it again. So we're thinking in the dog's defense, normally what happens is he sits on the mat and then he gets a chew stick to get away from me. However, without the producer here in his pajamas, he didn't get a stick, I forgot. Up tempo here. So sink, press, sink, press, sink, press, up tempo again. Make it flow straight through. Sink, press. 4 more. 1, 2, 3. Hold it up. Hold. Bend your knees. Round your elbows. With whatever resistance you're using, bring your resistance to shoulder height. Hold here. Maybe you rotate to your right for 2 and center to your left. 1, 2, center. Lower your heels. Come up, feet parallel, just a squat. So sink, squeeze. All right. If you're using dumbbells, keep your hands where they are. If you're using a bar, flip your grip, one hand at a time, to an underhand grip. Then roll the bar to your elbows, lace your fingers, scratch my nose. All right, if you're using dumbbells, you're gonna take them across your chest, right here. I don't want to step on the dog, but I might. Left leg steps back 1 time, step back. Parallel, right leg, step. Parallel, left. Now you can keep it in a step, or you can sink your hips and push down against the floor. Sink, press, sink. Trying really hard to dodge the dog. Let's do 4 more like that. So sink, push against the floor. 3, press, 2, and then triple pulse down. So 3, 2, 1, other way. 3, 2, 1. He's guarding that thing with his life. Sink, 2, 3, triple again. So 3, 2, 1, last triple. And 3, 2, 1, single count. I may have to draw the line here. Sink. Again, once more, parallel squat. Ooh, that was treacherous. Producer should be back soon. Alrighty. If you're using a bar, unlace, unroll. If you're using dumbbells, bring the dumbbells down by your sides in your overhand grip. If you're using a bar, flip your grip. 1 hand at a time, sink. Shoulders down and back. Chest up. All right, left leg goes up behind you here. Squat right. Lift, sink, lift. Chest up, that's a back leg extension. Using your glutes and your back. This time, hold your left leg up, flex and pulse. As you pulse, press your left hip towards me, hands underneath your shoulders, whether you're using a dumbbell or a bar, or if you're using nothing. In 4, 3, hold your pulse, heel to the hip. 1, 2, extend, again. So heel towards the hip, but remember, not all the way in. Because if it can get all the way in, that tells me that your knee isn't far enough behind you. Maybe you add a reverse curl and extend. Same thing, curl, reverse curl. So hamstring curl, reverse curl. You're welcome. Once more. Hold the arms down and just pulse your back leg. As it pulses, bend your back knee, take your knee, point it out to the side here. So still lifting up in your chest. 4 more, in 1, 2, 3, hold it, bend your standing leg, your heels meet, press up to your start, bend, heels meet, single count if you're ready, no pressure. If you're using a bar and you want to flip it on its end, for balance you can do that. For 4, lift, 3, my right boot is barking, once more, hold your last position and pulse, 2, 3, shake it out, whew. Feet parallel, squats, we'll start it again. But before we start, let's take our feet wide, toes to the corners, sink straight down. So just a little sorbet for the muscles that are about to work. Once more, back to a parallel squat. All right, shoulders down and back. Dumbbells or bar hanging in an overhand grip. Trying to keep an eye on the dog, where he's headed, what he's gonna bring me. Here we go, right leg up behind you, squat and then your left. Extend from the hip, 2 more. Your right leg stays up behind you, pulse. Shoulders down and back. Your right hip presses towards me. 4 more, 1, 2, 3, hold your pulse. Hamstring curl. It does not get quite all the way, what am I saying? I can't speak English this morning. Does not get all the way into your hip. Maybe you add a reverse curl. 1, 2, extend. I'm a little off my game for many reasons. Not just that I'm producing this myself with the dog, but last night I suffered a head injury. We're making popcorn in one of those whirly pop things. Let's go twice more. Heel to the hip or towards the hip. Once more. Whew. Hold your leg out. Give me a pulse. And just as the popcorn started to pop, bend your back knee. Take your knee out to the side. Hold it here. Bend your standing leg. Come right back up again. Bend, heels meet. Single counts here. So just as the popcorn was starting to pop, I don't know how, but 2 kernels flew out from under the lid, and one of them pegged me right in the eyebrow. 1 more, it was hot. Hold it up, pulse right here. For 4, 3, 2, 1, shake it out. Parallel squats. Like it was so bad, I had to take an ice pack out and sit with the ice pack and then take Advil. It was no joke how fast that thing came out of the pot. And yes, I still sat down and had popcorn. Feet wide, toes to the corners, sink, press, down into the floor, sink, press, and feet parallel. All right, any resistance you're using is gonna go onto the floor in front of you. Keep your squat, sink, squeeze. Now's a really good time to grab a beverage and or a towel, sink, squeeze. I'm gonna use a towel. So sink, pushing into the floor to find your squat. Push down, touch your knees, knuckles up, sink, knuckles up. Pushing against the floor, maybe your heels lift on the push, sink, push, sink, push. Let's do 4 more to finish this part. So 4, press, 3, 1 more, hold it up. Palms together, lower your heels, wiggle your toes, squats here, left leg steps out to the side, together and center. Good, he's found something to chew on that is quiet. Step. Maybe that step becomes a hip sink, with slight turn out. So step, push against the floor. 2 more. Parallel squat, touch your knees. Knuckles up, sink. 2 more. Step out on your left, maybe sink. Arms out, together, sink, together. Feet parallel, touch your knees on the squat. Press up. 2 more. Left leg steps out, here we go. Sink down, and up, and right. Again. Feet parallel, squat, touch your knees, sink, press. 2 more, 1 more set. Left leg steps out right here. So 4, together. 3, push down to come up. Last one, parallel squat. 4, press. 3, 2 more. Hold your last position up. Try to lift your heels, just like we did in the top of the class. Breathing in and out. Extend through your fingertips. Try to find your chair with your heels up. Palms together. Thumbs at your chest. Lower your heels, wiggle your toes, come up. Squats here. So make sure there are no dog toys behind you. We'll start on your left. Left leg steps back, just like we did with the bar, right leg. This is your pattern. Arms out in front. Maybe your arms rotate back, out, they bend. So straight bend. 1 more, and step out wide. So step together, step, maybe it sinks down to a squat. Maybe you hop and fingertips down. So any of those levels. Left leg steps back first, cross. It's like a little karate chop with a rotation. Step or jump to a squat, fingertips down. You can even step and take your fingertips down. Once more. Left leg goes back. 4, 3, 2, step or jump to a squat. So 4, 3, you know we're doing it again. Left leg steps back. 4, 3, 2, parallel squat, jump or step. 4, 3, 2, parallel hold. Arms up, find your chair. Make a fist, extend. Make a fist, 4 to go. So fist, extend. 2 more. Hold your hands in a fist. Press down to come up. Palms together, single count squat. Take a step back. So step, squat, back here. Make sure you have room in front of you. Sink, squeeze. Now I'm gonna break this down. We did it on Monday. If you did that class, sink, press. I'm gonna get through this little musical break. Right leg steps forward once. So step, left leg, step. Easy enough. We're gonna make that a little lunge. So lunge, up, lunge, up. So your back heel comes off the floor. I don't know if you can see it. Right there, heel up, sink, up, reach, up. Again. If this bothers your knees at all, make it tiny. Make it a step. So the bigger range of motion, the more resistance you're putting on your knees and your quads and your hamstrings. So 4, 3, 2, just a squat right here. So you have that first part in your head. Slow motion, right leg steps forward to a lunge. Straighten your legs and your arms. Find your lunge. Reach up. Let's do it on the left. So lunge. Straighten your arms and legs. Find your lunge. Press up. Let's do it again. Right leg steps. Straighten out. Maybe you fold over. Find your lunge again. And up. Last time slowly. Lunge left. Straighten everything. Come back to your lunge. Single counts here. So lunge, straight, lunge, reach up, lunge, straight, lunge. It does challenge your balance, especially if you tip your eyes to the floor. Lunge, straight, lunge, up, lunge, straight, lunge, reach up, lunge, straight, lunge, again, lunge, straight, same thing, lunge, straight, again. So you're breathing in and out. This one does tend to build up. Last two, lunge, straight, last one, just a squat here, sink. That one starts easy, and after a while, builds up. Take a small step forward if you were back. Before you step behind you, take another step forward. So you're right towards the front edge of your space. We'll start on our left. 4 steps back. Most of you know this. 4 together. 3, 2, right side. Just 4 steps. So step. This can stay a step, or you can bend your back leg, making a lunge. Left side. So step, press. So it's a lateral lunge. 1 more. Right side for 4. So 4, press. 3, 2, left side for 4. Maybe your arms go with you. They move from the shoulders. Long levers. Right side for 4. So 4, 3, 2, left side for 2. 1 more. Right side for 2. Let's go again in 2s. Right here. So 1 more. Right side for 2. Single counts here. So step or lateral lunge. If you're in the lateral lunge and you're thinking you want more, sink your hips. Let your front fingertips touch the floor. Sink, press, sink, press. I should have taken that thing, but I had the chance. Sink, press. Final 4. So 4, 3, 2, and parallel squats right here. Dang it. Take your feet wide, toes to the corners. Sink, press. Arms up and out. Together. My poor dog is so attention starved. Hold down. Left heel comes up. Rotate to your right. Center, other way. Right heel to your left. Center again. Left heel to the right. Center and right. Rotate, center. Let's do it again. So left. Rotate, center again. Rotate. Here. Same thing. Left. Rotate. 1 more here. Center. Just the hip sink for 4. Up. 3. Palms at the chest. Feet parallel. Just the squat. Down, up. Squeeze. All right. You guys stay in your squat. I need my space behind me, so I just need for him to get away. Scooch. Oh, he's tearing it up. Good. All right. We're going to use the space behind us. How'd that work out for me? Cross your forearms. So you know the first part, the step backs. Left leg steps back 1 time. Step back. Parallel. Right leg. You know this pattern. We've done it twice already today. Maybe you sink your hips. We also did this part. But your forearms are crossed. This time, maybe you pull back like a bow and arrow. Sink, cross, pull back. Cross, pull back. Cross, pull. Cross, pull. Cross. All right, next step. Maybe you touch your knees. Pull back, touch, pull back. Touch, pull back. Working here or touch the floor. That touch happens by sinking your hips, not by forward folding, yes? So you sink, touch, or keep it here, or just here. Up to you. And pull, touch, pull. 2 more. Hold your chair. Arms up. Breathing in and out. Take your arms down to where the ball meets the ceiling behind you, just like we did at the start. Make a fist. Extend, make a fist. 2 more. Hold your hands in a fist. Hold. Try to lift your heels. What? Breathing in and out. 3, 2. Lower your heels. Wiggle your toes. Come up. Squats right here. Feet wide. Toes in the corners. So not the long version that we did on Wednesday or Monday. I forget. I can't keep track. But cross your forearms. Take them out to the V position. Cross up over your head. Out to a V. Up tempo if you're ready. So cross, out, cross, out. Maybe you lift your heels up and out. Can you tell the producer's home? He has the dog. If you're lifting your heels, maybe you press down and push against the floor. 2 more. Left arm swings right here. Center, other way. Again, maybe you lean over and get some air with your back leg. Now center, jump or not. So here, or maybe a heel lift, or maybe a jump. Left arm swings right here. 4, 3, 2, center, jump or not here. 4, 3, 2, palms together. Sink your hips. We're not done. Let your heart rate settle. Hold your hips in position, knuckles up. Yep, just hold. Breathe. Try to lift your heels and hold. Take the arms to the side. Palms exposed. Palms together. Stay here or rotate to your right, much like we did with the bar in the beginning. Over to your left. 1, 2, center. Thumbs to your chest. Heels down. Wiggle your toes. Come up. Then sink. Here's our big finish. Out. Up. So you can work right here, or you can come with me. On the next pass, we'll do a triple pulse down. You know this one. 2, 1, together and out. 3, 2, 1, together and out. Or the together can be a jump by pressing down into the floor. Push down in 3, 2, 1, together and out. 3, 2, 1, twice more of any level. 2, 1, press last time. 3, 2, 1, just the hip sink, palms together, feet parallel, squat. Hold your squat, hands on your legs, round your back, and release your back. Let's do it again, slightly faster. Round for 2, release, come all the way up. Whew. Grab your towel, your beverage. I'm gonna turn to the side. You don't have to turn to the side. Everything I do is gonna alternate sides. I'm gonna cue it front and back. Front is the arm closest towards me if you turn to the side. Otherwise, just pick an arm, matters not. I will do both sides, regardless of which side you start on. Whew. Every time I start a class, I think, you know what, maybe I'll go a little bit short on this class today. And then I don't. All right, here you have, now I sat on my towel, and then I also have another towel, because I'm super sweaty. But you're gonna take your towel, we've been doing this a lot lately. So you take it, shoulder distance apart. So there's none of this in it. It's tight, long, arms out, knees bent, feet flat on the floor. So you're gonna curl for 2 and up. Again. So at the top position, make sure you're completely extended and that your booty bones are pressing straight down right there. So curl For 2, my back is sore. I did a foreign workout yesterday. Just a cross train that a friend of mine had up on IGTV. It was only a half an hour, but different stuff than I'm used to, so I am sore because I'm old. Now maybe you curl and take your towel slightly higher at the top. So you curl, reach. That reach is going to increase your resistance in your core. Curl, reach. Same thing, curl, reach, up, tall, curl, reach, take your rotation towards me, pull your towel out to the sides. Other way, go away from me, pull the towel out to the sides as you rotate here. So curl, reach, up, again, curl, reach, same thing, curl, reach, once more, curl, reach straight down the center, curl, 1, 2, and up. This time we'll hold your curl, pull your towel out to the sides, rotate towards me, center, away from me, center, towards me. Maybe you extend your front leg as you go across it. Rotate, extend, double pulse towards me, pulse, other way, pulse, other way, pulse, again. Let's do 4 more from here. It's 4, and 3, 2, and forward fold around your back. Separating your shoulder blades. Your knees can be bent or anywhere along the road to straight, up to you. And scoot back. All right, you're releasing your low back, actively separating your shoulder blades, chin to your chest. Inhale. On your exhale, flex both feet. Pull your toes towards your forehead. Eyes up, shoulders, and then your body. At the top, tuck your hips, fingertips out to the side. I think I'm gonna scoot forward. As you roll down, when you get there, bring your knees into your chest. And then just rock your knees side to side. It's a little windmill stretch. I like to extend my top leg at the top of the rotation. I like to give it a little extension. Feel like it gives me and my big glutes a little extra stretch. All right, let's come back to the center. Feet on the floor, hands to the side of the hips. So you're gonna sort of extend your collarbone by pressing your shoulder blades into the floor. Bring the knees into your chest, round your back. Keep your shoulder blades pressing down. Now untuck your hips so that your belly button is level to your pelvic bone, 90 degrees at the hip and the knee. So your neutral spine is measured by the front. So belly button level to your pelvic bone and or your hips parallel to the floor and ceiling. So not tucked and not arched. So you measure by the front, not the back. Maybe you stay here, maybe you extend your front leg out to the wall in front of you, and then slowly change. 3, 2, you're there on 1, slowly change. 2, 3, you're there on 1, slowly change. 3, now 2 counts to get there in 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now single counts here, so it's 3, 2, hold and pulse. Again, 3, 2, hold and pulse. Same thing, in 3, 2, hold and pulse. Once more, 3, 2, hold it right there. Both legs to chair. Fingertips behind your ears. Squeeze underneath your armpits, lift your shoulders up and hold or pulse. If you're pulsing or holding, you have another option to take your legs out on the diagonal. Pulse, pulse, 4 to go. So 4, 3, 2, hold your pulse. If your legs are extended, take them back to chair and then release. Knees into the chest. Draw circles with your knees. So imaginary circles on the ceiling. And then reverse your circle. Around, reverse your circle. And then back to the center. All right, cross your ankles. Extend your toes up. Knees out to the corners, or out to the walls, I guess is better description. Fingertips behind your ears.
Squeeze underneath your armpits, roll your shoulders up, crunch everything in for 2, and then away from your center for 2. Inhale, for 2, away, for 2, inhale, 1, 2, exhale, for 2, inhale, 1, 2, exhale, same thing, and inhale, 2, exhale, breathing in and out, 2 more just like that, in, for 2, exhale, once more, inhale, for 2, this time come back in, and hold or pulse. Just 4, 3, 2, hold and release, knees to the chest. Alrighty, another set of abs before we finish. Hands behind your ears. So instead of lacing behind your head, I don't want you to pull on your head, so just fingertips by your ears. Untuck your hips. We know this position. Neutral spine, belly button level to the pelvic bone. Chair pose with your legs. Extend your back leg to the wall in front of you. So you're going to squeeze underneath your back armpit and roll your back shoulder off the floor. When you come up, let your back elbow fall away from your face. You're not trying to do this. You're trying to create resistance across by this leg and this arm and shoulder. Slowly change sides in 4, 3, 2, you're there on 1, slowly change. 3, now 2 counts to get there in 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, single counts here. So lift the shoulder blade off the floor, up, up. Let's do 8 more to finish. We have 8, 7, 6, final 4, and release. Knees to your chest. Pull them all the way in, round your low back. Set your feet on the floor. Heels close to your hips. I can barely get my legs in today. Hands at the side of your hips. Tuck your hips. Push down through your feet to lift your hips up to your bridge pose. That's your diagonal line from your shoulders to your hips to your knees. Your toes should be able to wiggle. Try to take your arms underneath you. Lace your fingers. Try to straighten your elbows. So you're sort of tucking your shoulder blades underneath you. Toes can still wiggle. Still pushing down through your glutes. 4, 3, 2, and if your fingers are laced, unlace them now. And then one bone at a time, take your spine back down to the floor. Extend your front leg up. Only until you feel the stretch behind it. Maybe your back leg walks out on the floor to find another point of flexibility. Flex your front foot. Bend the knee to the chest. Send the heel up. Again, flex and bend. To the chest, heel up. Let's do it again. So flex. Bend, drive it up. One more time, flex. Bend this time, hold your leg up. Take your front arm anywhere on the inside of your front leg. Take your leg out to the side, only far enough to feel the stretch on the inside of your leg. Press your back hip to the floor. Breathing all the way in and out. Try to flex both feet. Push your heels out to the walls. Breathing in and out. Thanks, Edie. See you next week. 4, 3, 2. Bend your front knee back to the center. Front arm reaches out towards knee. Back arm across your knee. And take your knee away from your screen. Breathing all the way through this giant rotational stretch. And flex. Bend, press up. I don't know if you guys got to see that. I don't know if it interrupted my flow here. My kid was calling me. And flex. Bend this time, hold it up. Only far enough to feel the stretch behind your back leg. Where am I? Back arm on the inside of your back leg. Then open your leg out to the side. Only far enough to feel the stretch on the inside of your leg. Woo, I'm sweaty today. Press your front hip down to the floor. Flex both feet, pushing your heels out to the walls. Shoulders pressing into your mat or your floor. And then bend your back knee to the center. Back arm reaches out to the side. Front arm across your knee and take your knee towards me, but reach out with your back fingertips. Breathing through this stretch. This is a big, full rotational stretch. You gotta give it some oxygen. And back to the center. Both feet on the floor. Front leg extends up. Cross it over your back knee like you're sitting cross-legged in a chair. Oh, this gets my hip already. Maybe you pick your back foot off the floor. Maybe, I don't know how you do it, reach behind your back leg. Shoulders back down if you did that. Pulling your legs towards your chest to open your front hip. Breathing through it. And then release. Both feet on the floor. Extend your back leg up. Cross it over your front leg. Pick it up. Maybe you reach through and lace your fingers and pull your legs towards your chest. You should feel this in your back hip. Remember to give it some oxygen. 3, 2, 1, and lower your legs back to the floor. Flip over onto your stomach. And you know what's coming, our big quad stretch. All right, arms and legs all the way out. Take your front arm, reach around, grab where your shoelaces would be, or possibly still are. Pull your heel to your hip, press your hip to the floor, opening up your quadriceps. Try and keep your knees straight out from your hip. Should get right in the center of your quads. And then release, change sides. Reach your back arm around, grab where your shoelaces would be, heel to the hip. Hip to the floor, trying to keep your knees straight out from your hip. Breathing as it happens, try to keep your hand there. Bring your front arm around, grab where your shoelaces would be, then push your feet into your hands and try to lift your knees. If you're not quite there, don't do this part. Just work on the level that works for you. Maybe you lift your chest. Hi, Micah Humphreys. You should start my workout from the top. How are you? And lower your knees if they were up. Hands to the side of the chest. Press your chest up. Hips to your heels. Child's pose right here. Pressing your chest through your shoulders. Round yourself up to a tabletop. Hands under your shoulders. Knees under your hips. Tuck your toes. And round your back. Release. Let's do it again. Round your back. One more time. This time, hold your rounded position. Push down through your hands and feet to lift your tailbone up. Walk your feet up towards your hands. Hanging in your forward fold. Lift your tailbone up. Bend both knees. Try to straighten your front leg. Bend your back knee just the way we started. Change sides. Straighten your back leg. Bend your front knee. Bend both knees, let your head hang, lift your tailbone up, and slowly unroll, one bone at a time, stacking your spine. When you're all the way up, shoulders down the back, you guys are all done. Thanks for joining me in my living room. Remember, there's no after party today because I have to get right in the shower. I will post my schedule tomorrow for the week. It'll probably be Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm mixing up the formats. But if there's a format I'm not doing or you want more of another format that I am doing, send me a message, let me know, because I'm just sort of trying to mix it up so you guys don't get bored. All right, thanks again if you were able to put a donation in my Venmo, and if not, do not worry about it. Just be here, be sweaty, and stay fit. All right, I'll see you guys Sunday. Thanks, you guys.